Montie Box, known as Mr. Sand Springs, was a real estate developer, civic leader, and philanthropist. After graduation from Sand Springs High School, he joined the Navy Reserve and soon began attending Oklahoma A&M College, now Oklahoma State University. After service during the Korean War, he returned home to begin a 68-year career in real estate development, joining his father-in-law Ray Brown in his insurance and real estate business. He eventually purchased the Ray Brown Agency and went to work promoting Sand Springs. Montie served the community in many capacities, including the founding of the Sand Springs Education Foundation with his wife Betty. Montie also served on the board of the Tulsa County Fair and was a member of the Tulsa Metro Chamber. He was the regent and chair of the Board of Regents for Tulsa Community College. When asked how he would like to be remembered, Montie said, "As a good man that cares for our country and for people like Sand Springs." Montie Box died January 2nd, 2024. He was 93. Montie was 92 when he recorded his oral history for voicesofoklahoma.com.
My name is John Erling, and today's date is August 24th, 2022. So, Montie, would you state your full name, please?
Montie R. Box.
I got to ask you what R stands for.
R is Roland. I was named after my two granddaddies.
Okay. All right. Your date of birth?
7/31/30.
July 31st, 1930. You just celebrated a birthday.
Yes.
And how old are you today?
I'm 92.
92 years. Why do you think you were able to live to be 92 years old?
I've had a sweet wife over here, Betty, yeah. And we've had a good marriage.
Yes?
And we have a great, wonderful family, big family, children, grandchildren, great-grandchildren now.
Yeah.
Sand Springs has been good to us, and we love it.
So, Betty, you're joining us. Thank you for doing that. Nice.
You're quite welcome.
Nice to have you here. And so your role is to kind of keep us on the straight and narrow and then interject along the way some things that you may remember that maybe Montie doesn't and I don't know about.
Okay, I will do that.
So you do that. And how many years you've been married?
We've been 40 years, be 41 this coming January.
41. That's great. So you've seen a lot of things in his life and your entire, congratulations on that family you talked about.
Thank you.
So Montie, tell us, where are we recording this interview?
Sand Springs, Oklahoma, in my building or our building, Sand Springs, Oklahoma.
And it's Montie Box Real Estate
Yes,
building that we're in, right here on Broadway.
Yes.
Where were you born?
I was born in Comanche, Oklahoma.
And so since you were born 1930, I'm going to bring up the Dust Bowl of the 30s, 1934, 36, 39, 40, and then that brings you up to 8, 9, 10 years old. Did you have any feelings of Dust Bowl or even the Great Depression, because they were also your first early of your life?
Yes, I had some. My dad managed the largest diversified farms in the Southwest, but he came to work for the Sand Springs home for $25 a month. And we had a little house west of Sand Springs, and he finally became manager of that farm, and which was the largest, I said, diversified farms in the Southwest. He had a lot to do with my life.
But the actual Dust Bowl, you probably didn't experience the dust blowing?
No, I didn't.
And because you were farming and all, maybe the Depression didn't affect him any?
Well, the Depression, when we were all alike. We were all poor at that time. Tulsa, Sand Springs. But Sand Springs has been a very caring community. Charlie Page, which is the founder. We had the orphanage, and we've got the widows' colony. We have a very caring people in our community. Still are. We have the Salvation Army, which I've been part of for 60 years.
Yeah.
Tulsa Boys Home, which is a caring of young men. We're just a caring community in Sand Springs.
Yep. Your mother's name, her maiden name, and where she grew up.
Yes, her name was Montie Modena Box. Her name was Smith. I had an uncle who was dean of men at OU. Good man.
So your mother's name was Montie Modena,
Yeah,
and then your mother named you Monty.
that's correct.
So she was Monty and you were Monty.
And my granddad was a Monty.
All right. So then wasn't this confusing when everybody was calling for Monty? Is it me, my mom, or whatever? That's kind of unusual.
Well, I grew up until I was in high school. I was Sonny.
Okay.
Montie Box.
All right. All
Yeah.
right. All right.
Yeah,
I've never heard of anybody who's named after their mother.
yeah.
But that worked out fine. What kind of personality was she? What kind of person?
Well, my mother was a fiery redhead, and she was a darn good woman, boy. She even taught me how to dance.
Oh,
Said, son, now if you hold a woman by the middle of her back, you can lead her any place you want her to do.
yeah.
Yes, sweetheart, redhead, wonderful.
Did you have brothers and sisters?
I have a sister, Judy, Judy Walton, and she's been a sweetheart. She's now lost her husband, Clark, a couple of years ago, and we miss him.
Yeah. But how old is she?
12 years younger than I am.
All right. So she's like 80-some, 80.
Yes,
Much, much younger, right?
yes.
All right. So then give me your father's name.
James William Box.
And where did he grow up? Where did
He grew up in Comanche, Oklahoma.
Okay.
Went to Oklahoma State.
What was his personality like? What was he like?
Dad was always the gentle type. My mother was the fiery redhead.
Okay. But you
She
learned a
is-
lot from your father.
Oh, yeah. He was a mentor or not, he was very firm. And when he said, son, let's go to the garage, your mother said you need a whipping. And we'd go to the garage, and he was nice until he took me a couple of licks, and then he'd get mad. And I remember the day he said, Modena, that was my mama, that boy's had his last whipping. Let's go walk. And that's what we do.
Yeah. Instead of
And,
having a whipping. Yeah.
He was quite a gentleman.
And then, so tell us again what he did. He was in a
He
farm.
was the manager of the Sand Springs Home Farms.
Okay, what is that? Sand Springs Home Farm.
Well, they were the largest diversified farms in the Southwest at one time. You name it, we had it. We had hogs, chickens, sheep, and milk and shorthorn cattle, Holstein cattle, Jersey cattle, had it all. And lots of different farms over Sand Springs, 5 of them, in fact.
Okay, did someone own them all, or was it who owned all those farms?
The home orphanage, which Charles Page
Okay,
founded.
but the farm, you said the farm itself, was that owned by
The Sand Springs home.
Charles Page?
Yes,
Wow.
yes,
And he bought up all this land and farms?
yes, he had. But he made his money in oil. But Sand Springs, we used to have a trolley car from Sand Springs to Tulsa. Every 15 minutes it ran. Sand Springs has been a very, thanks to Charles Page, a very caring community. We have the orphanage and we have the widows' colony, which is 60 ladies who have their home in Sand Springs.
Right. What brought Charles Page to this area? Do we know?
He was before my time.
Yeah.
But yes, he came over here and founded Sand Springs.
Yeah, yeah. And then and he founded the Sand Springs, and we always hear about the Charles Page Boulevard, and most people today have no idea what an influence Charles Page was on this entire area. Your education, what was the first school you attended?
Tanglewood. Tanglewood was a 2-room country school where we did it, had 2 teachers and probably 50 students, all the more. And I learned probably as much there as I did through my university years.
Tanglewood, was that a town or
No, it was just the name of a school.
But it was where?
It was 5 miles west of Sand Springs.
Okay.
And the best teacher I ever had, Bonnie Dunn. She taught me more about life and living and being a good man, but she was also my school bus driver, which was her car. And what a wonderful woman.
Yeah. So how many grades?
8th grade.
You went there through the 8th grade?
Through the 8th grade.
In a 2-room schoolhouse?
2-room schoolhouse, yes. There was 2 teachers, one through the 4th and 4th through the 8th grade. Yes.
Wow. So then from there you went to what school?
Sand Springs High School. It was called Charles Page later, but at that time it was Sand Springs High School.
And did you participate in sports?
Oh, well, I tried, but all the WW2 boys came back, and the little guys that weighed 125 pounds could hardly make out the team when some of those boys were married and had children and coming back to high school.
Yeah, you're talking about the veterans that came back from World War II at that time. But didn't you do some wrestling?
Yes, I helped start the wrestling program here. I wrestled a little in college until I met a couple of guys that knew how to wrestle. And, but yes, I changed a lot of young men's lives through our wrestling program.
That's great. So then in high school,
Yes.
did you enjoy your time there?
Yes, I was president of the senior class, and I had a lot of fun.
You were in the band.
Oh yeah, the band, the high school band.
And what did you play in the high school band?
Clarinet and alto sax.
Yeah. Well, you showed leadership early on then, didn't you, being president of your senior class?
Well, I loved school. I would deliver the milk every morning into the orphanage and the widows' colony, 5 miles and 5 miles back, and at that time hitchhiked and made 8 o'clock band practice.
Wow.
But during the war years, you could put up your thumb and anybody go by? No, because everybody had gas rationing, warning. You picked up that person and knew it was going to be okay.
Yeah. So we had Pearl Harbor.
Yes.
December 17th,
Yes,
December
41.
7th, 1941. And then you would have been 11 years old about that time.
Yes.
Do you remember that day?
Oh, yes.
Tell me about it.
Well, I had woke up from having pneumonia, and my grandmother was sitting beside me, and she was crying. And I said, "Grandma, what's wrong?" And she said, "Well, the Japanese just bombed Pearl Harbor, and we'll go to war, and both of my boys will be there." And sure enough, they were, both of them. Jody was with Patton in Germany, and Paul was laying pipelines to the tanks in Italy. Her 2 boys.
So those were your uncles, actually, there.
There's my uncles. Excuse me. Yes, I was always upset because I wasn't quite old enough. The day I turned 17, I went over and joined the Naval Reserve and stayed in the Naval Reserve until I got in college, and they were paying $10 a month, and I could get an advanced ROTC for $30. So I got an advanced ROTC.
All right. President Roosevelt.
Yes. Quite a man.
And was president then, of course.
Yes.
You remember the day he died?
Oh, yes.
Tell me about that.
Well, first time I saw my mom and dad cry, the only other time was when Will Rogers went down the airplane crash. The two times I saw my mom and dad cry.
Yeah. And it brings you to crying right now, as a matter of fact.
Yes, I'm
Especially-
sorry.
Do not feel sorry. That's okay to cry. We laugh and we cry both, so no problem at all. So that shows you how big these two people were, President Roosevelt and Will Rogers.
Yes.
Do you remember listening to either Will Rogers or President Roosevelt on the radio?
Oh, yes. Yes, especially Roosevelt. Roosevelt was very strong voice.
Yeah.
And, yes.
His fireside chats.
Well, he had, when he and Roosevelt was in World War II, and he had Churchill, who was a gentleman,
Yep.
and quite a situation. He was quite a man. I loved him.
Yep. What year did you graduate from high school?
1947,
All right. Then you went on to
Oklahoma State, which was Oklahoma A&M at the time.
Right. And then you were there for 4 years, I
Yes,
suppose.
4 years.
Yeah,
I
but-
got a degree in agriculture economics.
Okay. So I'm sure you were pretty active at OSU.
Oh, yes, yes.
What activity? What were you in?
Oh, well, I was Aggie X, or Aggie Economics. That's what I majored in, was agriculture economics. But main thing, I worked as a kitchen boy at the Kappa Delta house, and I was able to get my meals and for free, and I looked after those girls like I was the big brother.
Yeah. Oh, that was a sorority.
Yes,
And
Kappa
you-
Delta sorority.
All right. All right.
Yes.
You were also president, were you not, of the Aggie X Club, or whatever it was called?
The Aggie X Club. was-
Okay, I'm going to say that again. And you were president of.
Yes, of the Aggie X Club, the Aggie Economics, agriculture economics. That's what my major was.
You remember some of the friends you had at OSU?
Oh, yes. I'm with President Bennett, who was a friend. They were all good friends.
Yeah.
Basically, as a kitchen boy, you got representing all the different sorority houses and gentlemen who were Kappa Deltas, and then boys who were Kappa Sigs or Sigma Chi's, different fraternities.
Right. You know, my daughter is at the University of Mississippi now. She's a sophomore, and she is in Kappa Kappa Delta sorority.
Is she
Yeah,
really?
right.
What a life.
And we're real proud of
Small
her.
world.
How about T. Boone Pickens? Was he around at that time?
T. Boone, yeah, was a wonderful guy. T. Boone, I remember the day he came into our fraternity, and he had been down in Texas, and he left there after a couple of days and didn't like it. And I remember the day he became a Sigma Alpha Epsilon, Sig Alpha, and I remember the day he came in there. Yes, he and I became very good friends. He was the same class as myself.
Oh, really?
Yes. And I remember when he didn't have a pot. I became president of our agriculture economics, and then came on here, and then became very interested.
All right. But T. Boone you were very industrious because you were a worker. T. Boone Pickens, I've interviewed him too, and he's
Yeah.
on our website. I
Yes.
mean, he had all these newspaper routes, and
Oh, yeah.
so both of you were workers from the very beginning.
Oh, yes. Yes. Well, he was a good man. T. Boone and I, we were fraternity brothers.
Yeah. How about the sports and the coaches of football or basketball
Yes.
at OSU when you were there? Who do you remember?
Well, Mr. Iva.
Yeah.
He was the main one, and he didn't mince words when he was coaching. I can see him grab a towel off a player and nearly give him neck burn. Get in there, boy. Get in there. Let's get it on.
Yeah.
Myron Roderick, who was our wrestling coach, became a very good friend because I came back and coached some wrestling here
Okay.
and started our wrestling program at Sand Springs.
Yeah. Social involvement at OSU. That was back in the big band era.
Oh, yeah,
And
big band.
Can you name some of the big bands who came through?
Well,
Was it like, I think Tommy Dorsey was big.
oh, Tommy Dorsey, Glenn
Stan
Can, the big people, every Saturday night we had a big dance at the fraternity houses. And, but I would remember Tommy Dorsey, for
Yeah.
example.
Right.
But they were all good people,
Yeah.
good talent.
Did they come to campus and play? Do you remember them?
Oh, yeah, oh, do what?
Did they come to the campus?
Oh, yes. We, the college would bring in named people, Glenn Miller, Tommy Dorsey, those types that really, I love good old music.
And you were a good dancer by this time because your mother taught you to dance.
Oh, yes. Yes, I was.
I bet you were.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, I used to run off down when I joined the Naval Reserve when I was turned 17, and they sent me down to New Orleans. And I love that good old Dixieland type music.
Yeah. Yeah. You've got a great memory. Here you are, 92 years old, and all these things are coming to your mind. All right. So you were in Reserve Officer Training,
Yes.
ROTC.
They put all of us boys that were at School of, in School of Agriculture in the infantry. Hell yes, I was a 1542 infantry platoon leader.
What rank were you?
Oh, I was a first lieutenant when I came back here. I had been up to intelligence school in Kansas and came back as a conference. Here in Tulsa, I was a company commander of a counterintelligence. I knew more of what was going on in Washington with a top secret clearance. I was the only one in Tulsa that had that type of clearance in World War, Korean War, we call it.
The Korean War was going on, but in Tulsa, you say you were...
I was a company commander of a counterintelligence unit in Tulsa. I had 3 other officers and 12 enlisted men.
But you went to Germany first.
Oh, yes. I was in Germany.
Okay, when your first assignment was in Germany.
Oh, yes.
Okay. And then counterintelligence.
Yes.
And did you meet, where did you meet for the counter in Tulsa?
Oh, in Tulsa?
Yeah.
We had our Tulsa Reserve. We had a regular meeting place.
At the Army Reserve.
Army Reserve office.
Okay. All right.
There on the fairgrounds, was it not?
Do what?
On the fairgrounds, was it
Oh,
not?
the fairgrounds, yeah.
It was at the fairgrounds.
Well, that was quite a history I had in the fairgrounds. I became I was president of the whole fairgrounds. And the time that we brought Willie Nelson to town, man, did we stir the pot then.
What happened? Why?
Well, we had some 50,000 people, 5,000 people show up. And I knew it was going to be a problem, and I had already made reserves and where they were going to be. And I brought the TU football players in to try to make sure that everything was kept and we didn't have one problem.
So that was in the IPE building then,
Yes.
right?
All right.
Right. And why did they think there was going to be a problem? Because of
Well,
Willie
Willie
Nelson?
Nelson was coming to town.
Yeah, but did he come because...
Why did he come?
No. Why was it such a big deal? Why was it controversial for Willie Nelson?
I really don't know, because he had already made a name for himself, Willie. And
Maybe drugs were involved, marijuana?
Well, oh yes, we knew them, and we already had. I set up at the fairgrounds, a place where we had people who had a little too much. I hired no, I didn't hire them, but I asked them, TU football players come over and just be in their plain clothes, and if someone kind of got out of hand, well, and we didn't have a bit of trouble.
Right.
With Willie.
Were you chairman of the fairgrounds?
I was chairman of the fairgrounds, yes,
okay.
Tulsa.
In Tulsa.
Yeah.
Interesting how you, coming from Sand Springs, come into Tulsa to be the chairman of the fairgrounds.
Well, I was a good Aggie, OSU, and I had a big, I had a liking. I showed milking shorthorn cattle. We were, one time, the largest diversified farms in the Southwest with my dad.
Right. Oh, and you showed cattle at the fairgrounds.
We showed milking shorthorn cattle. I showed, Berkshire hogs. My dad showed the grand champion Berkshire sow at the International World's Fair in San Francisco, 1939, way before I was there.
Wow. Huh.
But I did know agriculture, yeah.
Why didn't you end up being a farmer?
Because of money.
Yeah.
And no money, I spent my time in the Army, came back, and went to work for Mr. Ray Brown. And first thing I know, I'm it.
Because, okay, you went to work for him. What was the work?
Well, work was real estate and insurance.
That was his company, real estate and insurance.
That's right.
And he was your father-in-law?
Yes, at that time.
At that time, right.
He was I remember when he turned it all over to me, and he became our first elected mayor in Sand Springs, Ray Brown.
Wow.
Quite a man.
Yeah.
And he said, son, it's either black or white. There's no in between.
Yeah. No. And so that was, what year, 1953 or so?
Yeah, 1951. Yeah,
You graduated from OSU in 51.
51. Went in the Army for 2 years and came back and became with Mr. Brown 53 or 54.
Right. All right. So then did you assist him in both insurance and real estate to begin with?
Yes. And then he said, Monty, in 5 years, I want out. And he became our first full mayor in Sand Springs.
Okay.
He changed from the mayor form to council form.
All right. So then what kind of insurance was this?
Oh, well, insurance, we didn't have life insurance. We had all the other type. If you wanted a car insurance, you wanted a house insured, a farm, whatever, that's what we did.
Okay. But then real estate, too.
Yes.
And tell me what kind of real estate that was.
Well, real estate at that time, I was selling just normal houses. But he would say, son, there's no in between. It's either black or white. Honesty and integrity is what he taught me more than anything else.
Right. So you were selling houses, but did you sell land, farmland too?
Yes, some of it, but most of it was houses, because basically it was insurance. Insured your house or insured your farm, whatever, but basically farm and ranch. And he sold out to me, and I became a independent insurance agent. And we sold a lot of houses in Sand Springs. And then I hooked up with a guy by the name of Bill Bryce. Bill had a degree in engineering. I came over here and we became partners, and we did land developing. We developed a lot of different subdivisions, probably 6 or 7 different subdivisions for homes. He did the engineering and I do the sales, and we'd throw it in the pot. Never had a crossword.
Yeah, that's great. Lots of ups and downs in the real estate business, then, weren't there?
Do what? The real estate, like I said, Mr. Brown told me, son, there is no in between. It's either black or white.
Right. But about the real estate business since 1953, say,
Yes.
up until now, a lot of ups and downs.
Yes.
And maybe I'm thinking now about the 80s, the oil bust and all that. Did that affected real estate?
No. It really didn't in Tulsa. Tulsa was very progressive even then. Tulsa's always been progressive.
So did you sell real estate in Tulsa and in Sand Springs?
Well, no, basically Sand Springs.
Right.
I now have the new bridge that they're going to charge money for, which I'm real upset about. I think it's a ridiculous thing to put a pay on a 5-mile situation and try to make money off of the damn thing.
Okay, where is this? Where?
The Gilcrease Loop.
Okay, they're talking about that right now. In fact,
Yeah.
It was in the paper this morning, I think.
Oh, it was, and I don't agree with that at all. I think it's ridiculous to pay to go to Tulsa, or if I'm in Oklahoma City, hell, I can go all the way around Oklahoma City and never be charged a dime.
Right. And I think if you had a Pike Pass, it was $2 and some cents, and otherwise it was going to cost you $4 for that loop.
Exactly right, sir.
Right.
You're right as rain.
Right. And so you're upset about that.
Oh, I'm very upset. I think it's the worst thing that could happen when you charge people on that. It's not right. Not right when Oklahoma City can get one all the way around their city and not charge a dime.
Yeah.
Why charge money? We've never built to charge money.
Right. But what can we do about it? You can't do anything about it now, can you?
Well, I guess I can't, but I'm going to try.
There you go. 92 years old.
Yes, sir.
And get out there. Save us some money on that.
We got a good county commissioner.
Who is your county commissioner?
Betty?
Karen Keith.
Who?
Karen Keith.
Karen Keith.
Oh, Karen Keith's your county commissioner.
Yes, she's a sweetheart.
Yeah, and she'll fight.
Oh, she's a wonderful lady.
Right. Do you remember what kind of money you were making back in the 50s when you were selling insurance and all?
Oh, nothing, $200 a month.
Yeah.
You make that. No, it's terrible.
The commissions on the insurance were very small.
Very, very small.
Okay, I'm going to say that. Thank you, Betty. The commissions on the insurance was very small.
Oh, yes, very, very small, 25%.
All right. So, how many children did you have?
Children?
Yeah.
Betty, how many children do we have between us?
You have 2 daughters
Yeah.
and 1 son,
Yeah,
and I have 1 son.
yes.
So we have a blended family,
Okay.
and we have 4 granddaughters and a grandson, and then we have 9 great-grandchildren.
Wow.
Wonderful family.
That is
That's
great.
what it's all about,
Family.
family.
Yeah.
You got to have a wonderful family, and I have a wonderful wife,
Yeah.
and we have a good marriage.
When was the Keystone Dam?
Yes.
Were you around for the building of that?
Oh, yes.
Tell us about that. Was that a popular thing? Were you for that?
Oh, most certainly. I helped do it.
Okay, tell me how you helped build the
Well,
Keystone.
Bob Kerr.
Former Senator Robert Kerr.
Bob Kerr was as strong as lye soap. And we had Mike Mulroney, and the little Dixie.
Yeah.
We had power. I remember the day that I was president of the OSU alumni. And I said, I brought Bob Kerr in here. And I said, Bob, we need a better straight shot to Stillwater from Tulsa. And we need OSU in Tulsa. We need the both, and we need a road. Well, Monty, where do you want that road? Bob Kerr was strong, and I went up and drew a line from Tulsa to Stillwater, and right there's where the road went. And Bob, like I said, he was as strong in Washington as we've ever had anybody.
Yeah.
Mike Mulroney, Bob Kerr.
The two of them were great, absolutely. Building though the Keystone Dam, did Senator Kerr help you with that?
Oh yes. When the Cimarron and the Arkansas, because I used to fly my plane over it, and you could see where the red from the Cimarron coming into the Arkansas out of Colorado met, and became into the Arkansas River.
So you just said flying. You were a pilot too.
Oh yes.
So when did you become a pilot?
Oh, way back. I owned probably half a dozen different airplanes, as did my wife Betty. Betty's also a pilot, and we flew a lot of Moonies, and a Mooney was a good airplane.
Moody was a brand?
Do what?
Moody was the type of plane?
Yes.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Right. So you said you had 5 or 6 different planes?
Oh, yes.
And you use those because you flew to many of your properties?
Oh, well, not the basic big properties, but I don't know. I think aviation was on the break of not getting there. And I knew I was out of Riverside, and I helped do one over here. We call it Bill Pogue. Bill was my classmate in high school, and he became, of course, the astronaut that everyone knows, Bill Pogue.
Right, and I've interviewed him for Voices of Oklahoma.
Well, then you know what he was.
Yeah, he was a great man.
Oh, and he and I were classmates.
Oh, okay.
And we used to, he had a 29 Dodge, and I had a 30 Oakland. And we were always going to race. But I had to cut my 32s because during the war you couldn't buy 32 wheels. And I cut it down to a 16. And I knew a 16 with his 16, he'd outrun me. And I kept putting it off, never did have a race with Bill Pogue. But we became good friends. In fact, I have a mannequin that's sitting in a little one in my office that of him.
Yeah. There was another, I can't think of his name now. He was a basketball player out of Sand Springs, and he played
Jerry Adair.
No, Marcus Haynes.
Marcus Haynes, two of them.
Okay, let me say, there were 2 sports guys out of Sand Springs.
Yes.
And who were they?
Well, Bill Pogue was a good guy, but I'm talking about Jerry Adair was the baseball player. And also more than that, but he worked for several of the big boys, New York Yankees.
Yes.
And
The Red Sox, wasn't it?
what?
And the Red Sox?
Yes, the Red Sox, yeah. But he was different. He married when he lost his sweetheart. He quit.
Did he play baseball in Sand Springs?
Oh, yes.
Do you remember seeing? Did he play for the high school?
Yeah, oh, yes. He also had basketball. He was an all-state basketball player
Okay.
as well.
All right. Then there was another player,
Marcus Haynes.
Marcus Haynes.
Yes.
Greatest dribbler ever.
Oh, ever. Yeah.
And I've interviewed him, and he played, of course, for the Harlem Globetrotters.
Yes. Yeah. We had the Harlem Globetrotters in Sand Springs.
Oh, did you?
He brought them in here.
Okay.
Yeah. he was quite a guy. I wish I could have known him even better. Yeah.
I think he walked to school. He walked to Sand Springs High School.
The Harlem Globetrotters.
And he wanted to play. But anyway, you'll have to listen to that story. He tells the story, voicesofoklahoma.com. Well, those are great names, great memories. Sand Springs has really grown. How big is Sand Springs now?
Betty, how big?
Probably about 20,000.
That's right.
Okay, you say it. How big is Sand Springs now?
20,000,
20,000.
possibly.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's growing.
Tell me about the real estate business today, because it's different from it has ever been.
Well,
prices are inflated, inventory is
the
low.
inventory is short, but the prices are high. You pay, I'd say 2 to 3 times what you would 20 years ago. Yes.
Right.
But there is a shortage right now of homes. You can't find a real good. It's not that prevalent. At one time we had big subdivisions, which Bill Bryce, my old partner, we do a subdivision. We did several together, but you don't find them that way today.
Yeah. You were so instrumental. Who did you look up to? Who were the mentors, the people that you looked up to?
Well, always my wife.
That's good. That's good to say that.
Yeah.
Right.
Well,
Who
right.
else?
Well, I always had people that, Bill Pogue, for example.
Yeah, right.
I don't know. I really, people who I looked up with was people like Marcus Haynes, who did lots of things here. But people like Bill Pogue, who was national, international. And he told me about a couple of incidents that he had in the air. And they were spooky.
Yeah.
But he was a good man, Bill Pogue, my classmate.
You were...
But your big influences in forming your life
Yeah.
and your business were influenced by your dad and Mr. Brown.
Yes, Ray Brown was the insurance and real estate, and my dad was farming.
Yeah. I see in 1973 you were named Oklahoma Realtor of the Year.
Yes. I became very interested in trying to make Oklahoma named. I became also a regional vice president of the 4 states. At one time, I made Kansas, Missouri, Arkansas, and Oklahoma. And I think I did. I was a regional vice president of the International Realtor Association.
You were a founding member of the Sand Springs Education Foundation.
Yes, with some help from my sweethearts. And yes, in fact, I made a meeting yesterday with that foundation. And we have given, Betty, how much money have we given away?
You've given about $1 million in grants.
Okay, I'll ask that question again. So how much money has the foundation given away?
Over $1 million.
And who do you give it to?
We give it to teachers for innovative type teaching. And Betty and I started that foundation. We were the parents of that foundation. And it had grown to where we have, Betty, how much money have we given away?
$1 million now you've given away.
Yeah.
Right.
But you have $2 million in your corpus.
Yeah, we got over $2 million in our bank account.
Wow. You were given the honor of life membership on the Tulsa Boys Home Board of Directors.
Yes.
And then you were inducted into the Sand Springs Education Hall of Fame, and you should have been, that's for sure. You've received the Distinguished Service Award from the National Association of Realtors, considered to be the highest honor a realtor can receive, and a member of that Hall of Fame. Isn't that great?
Wonderful. You look back on your life and try to be a good man.
Oh, yeah.
My dad said, son, there's no in between. It's either black or it's white.
Right, right. How about your health over the years? Have you had good health?
Oh, yeah. I have When growing up, I had pneumonia, like to kick the bucket. But my grandmother stayed beside. Back there in those days, they didn't have anything besides the hot pads and a little cold, you know. And I remember waking up on December the 7th, 1941. My grandmother was sitting beside me, excuse me, crying because I said, "Grandma, what's wrong?" Because I'd been out of it for a week or so. Well, she said, "Jody and Paul will both go in the Army. The Japanese just bombed Pearl Harbor." Yes, terrible, terrible times for our state and our country. But we came out on it, we kicked ass and took names.
We did indeed. All right, the country today is in turmoil as well.
Yes.
We have very right, very left. We're
in trouble.
Okay, right.
We are in trouble. I think if we don't straighten this president we've got now, I should say it, I'm not in favor of what's going on in our country today. I'm really not.
Okay, you said you're not in favor of this president?
No.
Oh, President Biden.
Biden.
All right. Well, then we have former President Trump. Were you for him?
Oh, yes. Trump was a damn good man, and he
right.
should be back up there.
All right, but now we know, and we won't get into this anymore, but for history's sake, now we know that, he kept a lot of material that he should have left in the White House, brought it to his Mar-a-Lago. What do you think about all that?
Oh, I think
classified
that's
material.
Small bore crap.
Okay.
He probably shouldn't have done it, but, if you're president of the United States, and if you can't take a few Mentos away with you, well, something's wrong.
Okay. All right. Don't come across the table at me here now. All right. So, were you a lifelong Republican?
No, Mom. My dad, we were strong, as Oklahoma was.
Yeah.
At one time, we were a Democrat with Bob Kerr and Mike Monroe.
Exactly. All right. So then you became a Republican, though, did you?
Yes.
All right. Was that because of business and you felt that Republicans...
No, it was because of the turmoil that was going on in our country. I had already served and willing to give my life for this country.
Right. So when did you become a Republican? Do you remember? Was that in the 60s or 70s?
No, when we lost Bob Kerr and Mike Monroe and Carl Albert, those type people that we had up there, we don't have them today.
No.
We've got some good people, but no. The strong, at one time Oklahoma was so strong politically, if you went up there and you said you wanted to see Carl Albert or Mike Monroe or Bob Kerr, you were seeing people.
Right. And you probably went to Washington to see these people.
Oh, yes. I became very, very interested in one time when I was chaired the 4 states, I became very powerful in Washington at one time.
Chair of the 4 states. What do you mean?
Well, I was as the realtor.
Oh.
I became the realtor of represented the 4 states: Kansas, Missouri, Oklahoma, and Arkansas.
Right. John Kennedy, were you a big supporter of John Kennedy?
Oh, yes. John Kennedy was a good man.
Right. Did you ever meet him?
Yes, I did.
And tell me where that was.
It was in Washington, D.C. In fact, I have a photograph of my talking to him.
And why were you meeting him?
I was a regional vice president, and I got to that purpose, sitting across the table from him. I've got a photograph of sitting across from him.
Vice president of the real estate?
Of the 4 states.
Of the 4 states. And that put you in the same room with President Kennedy?
Yes.
And you visited with him?
Oh, yes.
Did he talk about...
Excuse me, it's President Reagan, Mommy.
Excuse me.
Oh, this is not Kennedy?
No.
All right.
I'm sorry.
All right, so we'll stop that. Okay, so then of Republican presidents, did you ever meet President Ronald Reagan?
Yes.
Tell me about meeting him.
Well, that's what I'm saying. I have a photograph of somebody talking to him. In fact, I support his ranch that he has up there right now,
His ranch where?
up in Kansas.
California.
Huh?
California.
Well, California, yes.
You saw him at his ranch?
You know, talking about Reagan's ranch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He was and then so you met him
In Washington.
In Washington.
Yes.
You also served as a regent for Tulsa Community College
Yes.
for many years, 1995 to 2006.
Yes.
Tell me about that. You know, I interviewed Dean Van Treese,
Oh, boy.
and it's a great story about he actually brought that concept
Oh, he did.
to Tulsa,
Yes.
and people were against it for a while,
Yes.
and he had to kind of prove that this is important to have, and Oral Roberts was helpful to him in that,
Oh, yes.
in that
Well,
regard.
Well, Dean Van Treese was one of the finest men I've ever known.
Yeah.
Oral Roberts, I'd met him, but that's about it.
Yeah.
I taught business course at ORU one year.
Oh, really?
Yes. I got to know a lot of those people. They're good people.
Yeah.
Oral Roberts University, he was a very strong man.
Yeah. Right. But then, as a regent, 95, how did you get involved with Tulsa Community College?
I was interested in education.
Mm-hmm.
And I wanted, Dean Van Treese is one of the strongest individual people up front I've ever known. And I remember the day that we went out west, and he said, "Son, what do you think about that piece of dirt that we've been given? What do you want on it?" And I grinned, and he said, "Yeah, a community college, huh? Yeah." And that's where the West Campus was born. We'd been given that land.
And you were chairman from 1996 to 97 of the Tulsa Community College.
Yes. Good people. Good people.
And it's amazing today what that school is.
Oh, let me tell you, we have a granddaughter that I helped fund for more nurses. We needed more nurses in Tulsa so bad.
Yeah.
And we had 60. And, well, we've got more than that, and she had now has a registered nurse, right, Betty?
Yeah.
So you want to tell them about
Baby
it?
nurse.
Yeah.
Baby nurse? Yes.
Right. You know what I like right now? Because you get very forceful, even here at 92. You're still there.
Yeah.
You get mad, you get upset, and you've talked about nurses now, and this is, I admire this very, very much. You were involved with the Salvation Army. That goes back 60-some years.
Well, yes. When I came back out of the Army, I remember giving Christmas to these kids. They couldn't have them through the Salvation Army. And the Tulsa Boys Home.
Yeah.
Sand Springs has been a very, since Charlie Page, a caring community for people.
You were instrumental in getting the Salvation Army a new facility built in 1978.
Yes.
That's at its current location in Sand Springs.
Yes.
And you helped, you raised money, no doubt.
Oh,
for that.
yes, we raised money. And we now have those boys out there that need it. And we change those lives of those young men and make them men out of them boys.
Yeah.
And I'm real proud of the Tulsa Boys Home.
Yeah. You're a former coach and manager of Tulsa and Sand Springs Pee Wee Wrestling.
Yes. Started our wrestling program, and we've changed a lot of lives. When you can get your butt kicked on the mat and have to stand up and shake hands with that old boy. And
Yeah.
It teaches you humility as well as trying your damnedest to get it.
Yeah.
But I know we've honored some young people.
I'm sure there are many, many, many men, women that could come back to you and stand in this room and say, "Thank you, Montie, for what you've done for us," because you've included hundreds and hundreds of young people because of you.
Well, thank you.
Yeah.
He's still known as coach in town.
Pardon me?
He's still known as coach in
Oh,
town.
and they still call you Coach in town, right?
Yeah.
Here comes Coach Box.
Well, Bobby Lyons was one of our coaches here. Marvin Roderick was one coach at Oklahoma State. I have my arm around both of them, trying to raise money to put our coach in the Hall of Fame at OSU, and he got it done.
Good. Good.
And but the day I put my arm around Roderick and Bob Lyons, both coaches for universities, I knew we had it.
Yeah. You were also ringmaster at the Tulsa State Fair Livestock Auction.
Yeah, I very, very strong. As my dad, we taught, like I said, we had the largest diversified farms in the Southwest. But yes, I fought for that fairground zone. We had a guy that was trying to move the damn thing, and boy, I said, that's the day you and I will go to Fifth City, and we like to go to Fifth City over the situation. We had they even called a grand jury when I brought Willie Nelson to town. And
A grand jury?
yes,
Why?
they were going, well, they thought he was, having too much
Drugs, I
drugs
suppose.
in there. They're going to have it. And I said, no, we will not have a problem. I went over to TU and I got the football players.
Yeah.
And we brought Willie Nelson to town and didn't have a problem.
Right. You were given the on the behalf of Salvation Army the William Booth Award, a very prestigious award given to you from the Salvation Army.
Well, I remember giving when I came back out of the Army, giving some of them kids something that the Christmas that they never had.
Yeah.
And our Salvation Army has done, I've been very strong with the Salvation Army.
Yeah.
It gives something that somebody else can't give. They don't ask for anything, and my wife Betty has been part of that situation forever. When we can give to these kids something that they don't get otherwise,
Yeah.
and our Salvation Army is there.
Well, you were blessed with a great family because you had grandparents and mother and father that helped you so much.
Oh, yes.
And so you've been helping those children who perhaps lost their parents and weren't living with them.
Well, Sand Springs is a charitable city.
Yeah, but
Charlie Page.
but so are you.
Well,
Yeah, accept a compliment here, Montie.
thank you.
Yes.
Thank you. I appreciate it, but I try to. Thanks to my wife, Betty.
Yeah.
Yesterday I made a foundation, our education foundation, which we help these teachers. Boy, that's a big deal.
Did you say yesterday?
Yesterday,
What happened yesterday?
Well, we had our education foundation.
Yes, but did you make a donation? Was that yesterday? Or?
No. We already have money in the bank.
Yeah.
And we give out to teachers lots of money
Yeah.
because they deserve it.
Okay, here you are, 92. Are there things you'd still like to accomplish, goals or something that needs to be done? And if it weren't for Montie Box, it wouldn't get done? What would that be?
Be a better man.
A better man? Oh,
Yeah.
come on, Montie. No, isn't there something in the community? I know you want to get rid of the tolls, but is it what else?
Well, no,
But maybe you've seen it all done now.
I think we're pretty well, thanks to Betty and my wife.
Yeah.
We've had a good marriage.
Yeah.
Our children are all good.
Yeah.
No,
Did you have, since you're 92, how old were your parents? Did anybody else in the family live to be in their 90s?
no.
No, you're the only one.
Yeah.
Wow.
God's been good to me and a good wife.
And what about church? Did you have a church?
Oh yes, we're good Methodists.
Yeah.
Yes, good church here. Sand Springs has another notice. Betty, what, 50 some odd
Oh,
churches?
I don't know, we have a lot of churches.
About 50-some churches?
Yeah.
in Sand Springs?
Yeah, a lot of churches. Yeah, we're a caring community, like I said, with the orphanage and the widows colony.
Yeah,
You got 60 homes for those widows.
yeah. What kind of advice would you give to young people today? Advice, what would you give them?
I think Charlie Page, think right. That's it.
Yeah,
Just
think right.
think right.
Think right. Yeah,
And I think that's probably as good as you can get.
yeah,
Because if you know our country needs it right now,
yeah,
we need it bad.
yeah, we do. How would you like to be remembered?
As a good man, take cares for our country. I was willing to give my life. I have an honorable discharge from the Navy and the Army.
Yeah.
And I was willing to sit there and watch them damn Russians. And it was a hot situation. I was a young lieutenant in the infantry, and instead of going to Korea, I went to Germany. Because I think my coach or my colonel was my dad's football coach, and somehow or other he connived for me to go to Germany instead of to Korea.
Yeah, okay.
I don't know how else I got there.
Yeah. So you'd like to be remembered as?
A caring community, a good husband, that it cares about people like Sand Springs has done these many years.
Yeah, and that's true. Is there anything else that I should be bringing up and want to talk about? Betty, can you think of something that... let's talk about some dates that happened. The Oklahoma City bombing, you remember that day and how that happened?
Oh, like yesterday, yes. That guy in that damn truck, he has planned to do it.
Yeah, Timothy McVeigh.
Yeah.
Yeah. The day John Kennedy was assassinated, you remember that day?
Oh, I cried.
Yeah.
Yes. I couldn't believe it, you know. And the hotel that I stayed in when I was in Washington was right there. And I remember the doors that he came out of when he was shot. I know
That was President Reagan.
Reagan.
it was Reagan,
Yes.
excuse me, I apologize.
But you weren't there when Reagan was shot.
Oh, no. But I know where it
happened. Yeah.
Yes. And I have a photograph of my talking to Reagan.
Yes.
He was quite a man. We've had some wonderful presidents.
Yeah.
And thank God we can still, dang it, clean this thing up and get it straight. If we don't get this straight, we're in trouble.
What did you think about President Eisenhower?
I thought he was a wonderful president.
Yeah.
We've had a wonderful president. I won't go into what I think about right now, but I'm not too pleased.
Right. I understand. I'm just trying to come up with some other things here that prices. What was the price of bread back? What was the price of bread and milk back in the 50s?
Oh yeah, you could buy a loaf of bread for 10 cents. Yeah. A loaf of bread, yeah. Yes, prices were terribly low. And of course, too, when we had World War II, you had rationing. Everybody had food stamps, and it was a different world.
Yeah. By the way, the name Box, there's a guy at Grand Lake, his name is Art Box. Do you know him? Are you aware of him at all? Probably not. Do you know what Box comes from, your last name, the heritage?
Well, Dad did quite a history on the Box family. They came down from, of course, from New England and that area. The Irish was in there, and they came down the coast and back up and into Oklahoma. But Texas is basically, most of my folks all from Texas into Oklahoma.
Yeah.
But Dad worked for $25 a month. Can you imagine working for $25 a month? He did it and glad to do it.
But he always provided for you. I mean, you never went to bed hungry.
Oh, never. And I can remember, though, going to school at Tanglewood, a two-room country school, and I would have a sack lunch, and some of those kids was hungry, and I'd always tell Mama, some of those kids are hungry. Well, that's going to cease. And next thing I know, her and another lady were cooking and getting commodities from the WPA and giving a hot lunch for some of those kids that would come to school and hungry.
That's great. And you spotted it, you knew it, and then your mom provided for that.
Yes.
Yeah, and you were a young man then. How about did you always have electricity and plumbing in your homes or at the school?
Oh, yes, well, we did. I lived in a big 10-room Osage Indian built home. And my dad was one time named the Farmer of the Month for the nation. And we were the largest diversified farms in the Southwest, and had a big 10-room home. It was built by the Osage Indians.
And why were you living in a big, that came with the farm?
Yes.
The big 10-room home?
Yes.
Oh, that was quite a building, a house then for you.
Oh, a big, yes. It burned to the ground and was rebuilt in a little native stone house. But my dad every morning would say, "Son, it's time to deliver the milk." And he ran in, grabbed my leg and threw me in the floor. "Let's get with it, son." And every morning I'd deliver the milk 5 miles in and 5 miles back, hitchhiked and made band practice at 8 o'clock.
Huh. You say you delivered it. Were you on a bicycle or how did you carry it?
No, I had a pickup.
Oh, you drove a pickup.
Pickup.
What kind of a pickup was
We
it?
had a 40 Ford.
A 40 Ford.
Yeah. And it was then back in the first cars that came out was in '57. A lot of people don't know, like the Oldsmobile. Yeah. The Oldsmobile, the reason we have a hydromatics was that some boys lost their limbs. In fact, I roomed in college with a young man that had lost his leg. And that's the reason the Oldsmobile today. People don't know that, of why the hydromatic was done. It was done for the one-legged boys.
How about that? What was your most favorite car that you owned back then? The
cars?
Yeah, car. What was the best brands that you liked?
I had a 1929 Oakland.
Oakland, yes. And who made the Oakland? Where was that made?
No, I found it up there and it had been stored away.
Yeah.
But Ford pickup was the best thing driving today. I loved it. Yeah. 40 Ford pickup, let me tell you, it would move. And I remember my mom and dad had a 1949 Dodge that they went up on Pikes Peak and drove up there.
Wow.
Good life. I've had Betty's been a wonderful wife. We have a wonderful family.
Yeah.
Grandchildren, great grandkids.
Yeah.
And Life's been good to me.
Yeah, it has been. Well, it's my honor to interview you here for Voices of Oklahoma.
No, it's my honor to be across the table. I know your reputation better than you think I do. You have been a voice that has been for the good of Oklahoma. Thank you for your work and your voice. You've got a wonderful voice. Keep it up. I love you for it.
I love you too, Monty. Thank you so much. This was good. We both have tears in our eyes right now. That's good. Yes, yes. Oh, that was good.
Very good, John.
Yeah, thank
John,
you. And thank you for helping.
Thank you, baby.
You bet. Thank you. Thank you. I'm 80 years old. I hope I get to be lived to 92.
Well, you will. You know, I've had
Yeah,
good people.
yeah.
Good people. Sand
Wow.
Springs has been so good to us.
Yeah,
And we've tried, you know, like I said, I've worked for that Salvation Army,
yeah.
Tulsa Boys Home. But Charlie Page, that's what he was,
Yeah.
a caring community about our city. And, you know, I miss the old trolley there.
Yeah.